Thank you, Beatrice, for that warm introduction. It's so great to be here with Ambassador Susie Levine. We are so grateful for her service here in Switzerland. And I am pleased to be joined by the United States Deputy Assistant Secretary of Labor, Eric Selesnow. I'm honored to be here with all of you at the International Conference to discuss such an important topic, ensuring that students and workers have the skills they need to secure good jobs and succeed in a global economy. This is a top priority for President Obama and my husband Joe, the Vice President of the United States. But I'm not a politician. I'm not a researcher or an education policy expert. I'm an English professor. I have taught in the community college for 20 years and still teach full-time at a community college near Washington, D.C. Education is my passion. People sometimes ask why I choose to teach at a community college, and the answer is simple. It's my students. I love being in the classroom and seeing the difference I can make in the lives of my students. My goal is to always give them confidence in their own abilities, because I know that confidence will carry them well beyond the classroom in whatever they choose to do. In my classroom, I find single parents who come to school in the evening, weary from a long day, yet eager to create a brighter future for their children. I've taught veterans who return to the classroom to complete their higher education as they look to transition to civilian careers. And I have seen workers who have gone as far as they can in their jobs, get the skills they need to reach the next level in their fields. I know what happens in a community college classroom, and it is extraordinary. I see it over and over because the students are so committed to furthering their education. They know it is the key to a better life for themselves and their families. Community colleges are, as the name suggests, higher education institutions that are uniquely able to address the needs of their communities. They are a place where students can get the skills and education they need to succeed and get a good paying job to support their families. In the United States, there are almost 1,200 community colleges. They serve almost 12 million students, or nearly half of all U.S. undergraduate students. Community colleges lead the way in preparing graduates in the fields of green technology, healthcare, teaching, and information technology, some of the fastest growing fields in America and the rest of the world. In fact, half of the nurses in America are trained in community colleges. Quite simply, these schools are providing students with an opportunity to learn the skills they need to compete in a global economy. 2 years ago, I headed out on a community college to career bus tour to learn more about innovative public-private workshop partnerships led by community colleges to train students for jobs that match the needs of employers in the region. In 2 days, we traveled 800 miles, or nearly 1,300 kilometers, through 7 cities in 5 states, visiting some amazing, talented students, teachers, and local leaders. Rather than tell you about the trip, I want to show it to you. We're on our Community College to Careers bus tour, and we've looked at how businesses partner with community colleges.
This helps to solidify what we know is working, and now we're hearing evidence of it as we go out to the colleges and to some of the work sites to hear about the investments in apprenticeship programs and job training that's being offered to these employees as well as students that want to get into these new high-tech careers.
It meant so much to us to have been one of the places that they stopped to focus on community college to careers, because now's the best time to invest in community colleges. We are the future. We're going to be the economic engine that drives our economy. It's more important than ever to have education and training to get those jobs.
You know, the fact that the government has put money into community colleges has opened up so many opportunities for people to get different degrees in fields that they really like. I know that it's been true for me.
Community college gave me an opportunity to get into a profession. I'm working in the emergency room. I'm alongside doctors. There's community colleges everywhere. All you have to do is go in and enroll. You don't even have to know exactly what you want to do. They have people set in place that can guide you into a career.
My name is Adam Dalton. I'm the machine shop instructor. You are at Tennessee Technology Center at Harriman. I was showing them two pieces of equipment that were funded by the Department of Labor. That was a Haas computer numerical controlled machining center and a Haas tool room lathe. I have people calling me every week saying I need guys and gals with this skill set, and we need them now. At least once a week I have someone call me.
It's all about jobs. So we're looking at community colleges who have great partnerships with business. For instance, tonight we'll be going to look at Gatorade and what they've done. They've brought hundreds of jobs into this area. So this is what we're talking about, jobs. That's what Americans want. That's what they need.
The technology that Gatorade was bringing to this community, it was technology that we haven't experienced before in our local factories. So the college worked with them to get industrial maintenance training for all employees.
Most of the jobs going to be created in this country from now on are going to require training beyond high school. And retraining in addition to that. The community college is better set to do that.
Well, especially people my age in their 40s and above to do the college experience.
What we're hearing is that community colleges are becoming more adept and more agile at listening to what the needs of the business community is. And we've heard that time and time again, and we're seeing kind of a renaissance, I think, in manufacturing overall. Yes. And that's really important because these jobs are good paying middle-class jobs. We can look at incentivizing more job training in those areas, the high-tech areas, the IT, healthcare, whatever it is, biomedical, and keeping the jobs here. And that's going to help bring back our recovery, economic recovery, and increase employment opportunities for people that are currently looking for work.
By having the Vice President here and Dr. Biden here and the Secretary here, it really says to this community, we are important and you do play a significant role in changing this community. It really does show that there is a national focus on community colleges, and for so many years we sort of were there, but now we have the opportunity to really shine and people are starting to recognize us.
I would like to say that if I had one word to describe the last few days, it would be inspired. It's offering people hope that they can get a job, get training, and support their families, and that's what they're looking to do. And for me, this is perfect because I am a community college professor. I see in my classroom all the time people struggling to try to get an education. And so really, for me, every day I feel like this is just like hope. Since then, I've continued to tour the United States with the Secretary of Labor, Tom Perez. I've always said that community colleges are one of America's best-kept secrets. They help people get good-paying jobs and give them the tools they need to grow in a career they love. Today, more than 800 schools in the United States are using an innovative career training program to align curriculum with the needs of employers. This gives students the opportunity to learn the skills they need and to move into jobs that already exist in their communities. The Obama-Biden administration is doing its part to bolster the program and spur new partnerships. By the end of this year, we will have invested nearly $2 billion into strengthening the linkage between community colleges and employers to create pipelines of skilled workers. As the U.S. economy continues to grow and global competition intensifies, community colleges will become even more crucial to American prosperity. That is why in January of this year, President Obama asked my husband Joe to lead a review of the job training programs in the United States. What Joe found is that matching ready-to-work employees to in-demand jobs works best when employers partner with educators to define needed skills, shape training programs, and invest in apprenticeships and on-the-job training. As a result, the administration is now taking action to make our job training programs more effective. And more businesses and education systems in the United States are teaming up to replicate successful training strategies. One of those strategies is increasing the opportunity for apprenticeships. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to visit the Buehler plant in Utzwil to see firsthand the Swiss apprenticeship program. I was impressed to learn that nearly 80% of apprentices continue to work at Buehler after their training, and that other companies in the region are able to take advantage of the program, creating an ecosystem of high-quality, skilled workers. As we look to improve the job training education in the United States, they will put a greater emphasis on apprenticeships. They are tried and true workforce development global strategy. State governments and education professionals in the United States are already learning lessons from the unique Swiss model. For example, the California State Senate has developed a new program called the Career Pathways Trust, a $250 million competitive grant program to encourage more partnerships between schools and the private sector. In the United States, we have 375,000 registered apprenticeships. We need to add 2.5 million more next year to compete with Great Britain, and 7 million more to compete with Germany. To get anywhere near those numbers, we need to do a better job of breaking down some common misconceptions and shine a brighter light on what modern apprenticeships look like. Consequently, we created the Registered Apprenticeship College Consortium, a partnership among community colleges and employers that make it possible for apprentices to transfer college credits they earn to any community college in the consortium. Over 30 colleges and 500 apprenticeship programs have applied to join. And this fall, we are making an historic investment of $100 million to scale up programs that work and to create new opportunities for companies to adopt this tried and true strategy. Apprenticeships provide a career pathway for workers, setting them on an upward trajectory for life, and they are a great return on investment for employers. They also demonstrate the benefit of sharing best practices to better prepare our students for the jobs of today and tomorrow. This is exactly what all of you are doing here. No matter what country you live in, young people are trying to figure out where they fit into the intense competition of the global economy. And leaders are trying to figure out how to prepare the next generation for the jobs of tomorrow. As President Obama has said, in a 21st century economy where the most valuable skill you can sell is your knowledge, education is the single best bet we can make. We all reap the benefits when the citizens are well educated and well trained. It means that our economies are more vibrant and the future is brighter. Thank you very much.